Hi guys, what's going on? This is Cool Toys. What I have here on my table today is a Star Wars Mandalorian Moff Gideon's Imperial Light Cruiser Hallway. This box is pretty big. Speaking of big, I got this from Big Bad Toy Store. I waited for it to go on their Black Friday sale. And the reason I purchased this is because basically it's like a diorama piece. It's this hallway, and it comes with one action figure. Let's see right here. The Mandalorian privateer. And the main reason I wanted to get this is for my G.I. Joe universe. I thought this would look really cool for a Cobra stand-in for a Cobra diorama. I can imagine this layout with this metal and these, gauges and everything being underneath the Terradrome. So imagine the Terradrome is like a level or two above this, and you have to take an elevator down underneath the Terradrome. And this is what I imagine like some of the hallways would look like, especially, the color scheme is pretty nice. The black and red and silver. And, if you really wanted to, if you got some Cobra emblems and put them here or, on the doorway, imagine like half of a Cobra here, half of a Cobra here. When the doors separate and open, they would combine back when they close to make the full Cobra emblem. So I may do that. Just throwing that out there. You heard it here first. And down here is another little example of what it comes with. So basically it's just this hallway piece and the action figure. Most cartoons, when you would watch them and they would go to a commercial break, they would say, play set, but figures are not included. Well, it only comes with the one. So like I said, I'm probably going to open this up and we'll check out the figure. Let's take a look at the box real quick. Here's the top. Sorry for the glare. So with these, I know they want you to get multiple packs and pieces. It's showing like how you can separate, I believe, two of these. So I think this is the one piece, and then this would be like another piece. If you purchased it, you can make another hallway. So you can make hallways going, left and right, up and down, connect them together. I think that's really good that it's almost like a Lego piece where you can connect them together. This is what it would look like with some stormtroopers and maybe a Mandalorian sneaking up behind them, or, he had permission to get on the base because, he's a bounty hunter and he may be working for, the bad guys or the good guys. It just depends how much credits they're going to give them. And here's a little logo. Let me see if they have any other picture. Yeah, there's a different picture here. I think this is the Moff Gideon guy. I've only seen the Mandalorian show like one time, like when it first released, so I need to like catch up with it and rewatch it. I thought it was pretty good until the end, until they, changed things up. But the first season or so was pretty good. Y'all let me know in the comments what you think, if you liked the first season or not. So let's take this guy out of the box and take a look at this diorama playset and the action figure. So stand by. All right, I just cut the tape on the side. I may pause the video here and there just to show you kind of the steps and what it would look like if you pulled it out. So that's the opening. You have another cardboard box containing the action figure and the pieces. This just comes out here. Yep, good. It's not taped. That would be disappointing if they put tape on this cardstock on the figure. And it is unpunched. So, you collectors out there, if you get a nice minty Mandalorian privateer figure from this set, you can put it in a bubble or put it on your shelf, and you have an unpunched figure still in its sealed container, sealed blistered card. And y'all can pause and read it if you would like to know about the Mandalorian privateer. It's just that first paragraph. Sorry for the camera shaking there a little bit. All right, well, here are the instructions. Pretty simple. You have it broken down. This is stage one. These pieces would snap together, connect together. Like I was saying, it's almost like a Lego piece. Here's part two that you would follow along with, the floor. So that was the walls. You got the floor pieces. And down here for number 3, it has these little round pegs. I haven't seen them yet, but maybe they snap in because when these pieces connect there, it would hide the peg, I believe. So, we'll get there. But pretty nice. I don't really like that idea so far about these small little pegs because they can get lost, and real small pieces, especially round pieces, that could be a choking hazard. I don't like that very much. And here's what the back looks like. And the choking hazard would be for animals or small children, just so you know. And these doors, they slide together. So that's what I was talking about, is like, you can, if I put a Cobra emblem on it, like half of the Cobra snake here and half of the other Cobra snake here, when the doors slide together, you would get the full Cobra snake emblem. And you have another little side door here that slides. I like that feature. That's called pocket doors. If you're not familiar with in a home, it hides in the wall of the house, and there'd be a little handle and you pull it, and it's called a pocket door. Could be called something else in other countries or other places, but that's what we call it in the United States. And like I said, I believe these are 2 sets. I don't know if this is all in one set. It looked like it was just the one, but maybe it is. Maybe it's just longer here, but that would be great if it is that big. You can make 2 different separate sections. All right, let's see what's inside the rest of this cardboard. Gonna try and do this one-handed for a little while until I can't do it anymore. So there's some pieces in here. This piece here folds down. Looks like the walls, I believe. Pretty nice so far. Got another big piece right here. Some plastic. What's in here? Some more smaller pieces. I believe the floor. And this is a pretty big piece here. I don't know if this is a really big piece of the floor or not. But let me get all these out of their plastic bags and we'll start to assemble it. Stand by. All right, I'm back and it's fully assembled. So I just wanted to show you before I go any further, putting any action figures or anything like that. This is brand new out of the box, and there's already like a stress mark here. I did not do that. This piece has nothing to do with me snapping anything together. I know it's a little hard to tell on camera, but that's probably from the factory mold, like when they took it apart or cut off part of the skew, the plastic, so it's showing white under there. I mean, I'm not crying about it. I'm just pointing it out that, that may be a problem that you all run into, but something, you can maybe touch up with some paint, or, it's all the way kind of in the back anyway, so I don't really care too much. It would be nice if it had a roof piece so I can cover this to make it look like a really nice hallway to show a diorama. And what's pretty cool, it has like light piping. If you know what plastic light piping is, the toy line, the Inhumanoids, they had it where if you shine like a light actually behind here, this would light up white, or if you had a colored light or anything like that. So this is like a clear plastic here and here. So and the bottoms also. So I believe you can shine light through there. I don't know about here, that's silver, but this is like a plastic piece and looks like it's light plastic. Haven't tried it out yet, but I believe you can. And the doors, pretty cool. You got sliding, like I said, pocket doors. They just go back and forth, and they even like snap shut, so that's like sealed, that's locked. And the big main doors, let's take a look at those. Try and hold on. I'm gonna do one at a time. You could probably open them both at one time if you're using both your hands, but one hand is holding the camera here. So that's them wide open. This is what it look like. You got some stormtroopers running down a different hallway back there. And then, let's see if I can get low enough. And then Luke or one of the Mandalorians, they push a button, or R2-D2, to slam the doors shut. Let's see. Boom. Pretty nice. So I see that this playset has a lot of opportunities for dioramas, and storytelling and taking pictures and videos with figures. And I did break out some of the stickers that I found laying around. I may have some more somewhere else, but this is what I was talking about. If you put a Cobra emblem in here, I think that would look really awesome. If I took, this is a nice big one, but I want a really big one. I want one like this, but way bigger, that can cover half the door, right where it splits down the middle of the Cobra emblem. One side here, one side there. And here are some other ones, so I can just line them all up and make this part of the lower levels underneath the Terradrome. You know, that thing, the Terradrome is so huge, they got to have bunkers underneath of it and lower levels where they move the troops and supplies and ammunitions and things like that. I think I got some figures on the shelf over here. Let me grab them and put them up in a little diorama display. Stand by. I don't think you would expect Cobra Commander to be driving down the hallway in a tank underneath the Terradrome, but I just wanted to bring this out as an example. It doesn't fit, obviously. His tank is way bigger, but I mean, if these doors were taller, that would be really cool. Watch a Terradrome, like I was saying, underneath his tank, underneath the Terradrome, going down the hallways. You got the doors. So let's take him out and just stand him here. This is the more modern Cobra Commander from the Rise of Cobra line, or 25th anniversary or 50th anniversary. I'm not sure which one, but looks pretty cool. You could take a picture like that. If you had the angle just right, you know, it would look like it was completely a surrounded hallway, you know, 360. Let's get some other troops out in here. All right, here's another example. Cobras, basically, I'm imagining Cobras coming to work for their first shift. You know, just use your imaginations. This is all underground. You know, the vehicle is larger than, obviously, of this little playset here, the hallway. But let's have it pretend it's coming around back to drop off these Cobra troopers, like I was saying, to start their day. They got to fill in their posts. Trying to do this all one-handed, guys. You can just imagine him jumping out and a few others behind him. Let me grab them. So here's Cobra Commander, and the Cobra troops are escorting him down the hallway as his guard on the way to Cobra Commander, giving a speech to the troops for their next mission. So, you know, you let me know what you think. If you hold the camera just right, you know, it looks like it's a totally enclosed hallway, and I think it fits really awesome for your G.I. Joes. You can use it for your O-ring figures too. I just happen to have these modern figures next to me right now. And, of course, I do have my, you know, stormtroopers for the actually intended line of Star Wars. But you can mix and match. That's what I'm trying to show you. You know, your imagination's your limit. You can mix and match your troops. It's all plastic. But what in my past videos I showed that you can super glue magnets on the bottom of some of your action figures. And if you have a metal floor or a metal base, you can magnetize them there and they will stick a lot better. They won't fall over like this guy did back here. So, you know, if you get frustrated with your action figures falling over all the time, or, you know, using figure stands and it breaks their heels, the pegs break their heels, or, you know, the figure stands keep falling off, that's another option for you. Maybe I'll try and find that video that I did back in the day. It was a couple years ago, and I'll put it in my playlist, and you all can check it out. So, again, y'all heard it here first. Using Star Wars, the Imperial Light Cruiser hallway, for your G.I. Joe action figures and other toy lines. I mean, not just that, you can use it for your DC, imagination's your limit. Any figure line that fits within this frame, this scale. Stand by. I'm going to give a mention out to a channel, so stand by. So I appreciate it when other channels give shouts out, so I will return the favor. I'm going to give a shout out to G.I. Joe Fully Assembled O-Ring Collector. Otherwise, I believe it goes by at G.I. Joe Action Figure 7211. Check out his channel. He does some really awesome videos about mostly O-Ring action figures. He has a huge G.I. Joe vehicles play sets and things like that, a collection. That's what I was trying to say. He has a huge collection of figures and vehicles and play sets. So check out his channel. I'll try and put his link in the descriptions. And guys, please, make some comments, get involved with the channel, some thumbs up, obviously. It just takes a second. Just hit that thumbs up and make sure you subscribe so you can follow along. So this was Cool Toys. Please comment, like, subscribe. Later.